Today, we are taking you on a mission.
A mission to re-image a nebula we captured 2 years ago.
A nebula that is famous for looking exactly like the helmet of a certain superhero character.
We will fight to get the best possible image and get a better result than we did the first time.
Tonight, we capture Thor's helmet.
Antoine, we have a letter from a secret admirer. It says, "Love you guys," to Galactic Hunter. Look at this letter.
From a secret admirer. How does he have our address?
Did you forget to blur our address somewhere in a video?
No, I hope not. Let's see. Cool. Antoine, Dalia. I don't actually love you guys. What? I don't actually care about you.
But I need you. My stupid brother's helmet is lost in space, and I need you to retrieve it.
That makes no sense. Or at least to show me
its exact location so I can get it myself. If you do not, I will dedicate my entire life to ensure you never get an APOD. Ever. You have 2 weeks.
Loki? There's a drawing too.
That letter made absolutely no sense. But I guess we know what we have to do.
Hey guys, so we're going to image Thor's helmet tonight.
It's a pretty hard target to get, but we have more of a chance of capturing it if we pretend we're from Asgard, where the helmet's from.
Maybe. So I just cut my hair. How do I look? Because Bella keeps reminding me that it's thinning, so I wish I still had my 2017 hair. But anyway, today is a good day for this because I'm gonna have plenty of hair.
I just wish that you had like Dylan O'Donnell's Australian accent for your Thor impersonation, but...
G'day.
Me too. Anyway, before we leave, we're going to hop on Sky and plan our framing really quick, and then we'll head out to the desert. Alright guys, so here we are on Sky and I'm just going to show you guys what our framing is going to be. So it's pretty simple. So if you don't know where to find Thor's helmet, it's really easy. Just look for Orion first. What is Orion? Here.
Everybody knows where Orion is, so
Yep.
Step 1, good.
And then Sirius, the brightest star in the sky. And just zoom in on Sirius on any planetarium software, and you should immediately see the Seagull Nebula right here. So just hop onto it. And just below that, you will see, what is that? Duck Nebula. They call it Duck Nebula because I'm guessing before Marvel and Thor got famous.
It looks like a duck.
Probably before that, yeah, people used to call it a Duck Nebula.
Oh, I think I can see it. Looks like it's flying.
I don't know, maybe. Yeah. I'm guessing since Thor became so famous in Marvel and all that, the name of Thor's helmet stuck around, which completely makes sense to me.
Isn't it funny how pop culture just changes the game for things? Like, Pac-Man also.
Yeah, also. That's true. And so anyway, we have the framing here. So our SVX 130 with the full frame QH-wise. And so as you can see here, the nebula is going to look pretty small in our field. But there is nothing really going on around it, so we're going to just center it like that and crop out the edges later for a more impressive picture.
Right, and we do this step before we head out, that way we don't, run into any problems, we know exactly how we want to frame it, so we don't spend extra time, trying to figure it out while we're out in the field. Because, I mean, just as you guys know, anything can happen out there, and the more time that you can save, the better.
So let's pack up, but first let's find some costumes to wear.
Let's
so
just up.
Capture Thor's helmet easily.
Alright, it is time to pack and head out to our usual spot in the desert.
We now drive a little further down the road, so that we are not too close to the highway. That way, none of the car's headlights reach our setup. Alright guys, so we arrived at our location here.
And we're gonna set up our equipment right here in front of the car.
We hope we won't have anything stuck in our capes, hopefully. And we believe we can capture, Thor's helmet from this location, which is a ball 3 zone, and it should be pretty good. It's going to rise around 6-7 from this side, and will set about 4 hours later behind the mountains there. So I think it's a good place to get it, especially in 03.
Right. Hopefully we don't get anything, again, caught in our capes.
Yeah, let's try that. Tonight, we should reach astronomical twilight around 6:45 p.m.
Astronomical twilight is the time right before it gets completely dark, meaning it's dark enough to start imaging.
Now that everything is ready, we just have to pass the time for a bit. Alright guys, so tonight we're going to be using this equipment right here, so I'm going to go over it really quick, just so you can know what we're dealing with here. So the telescope is the SVX-130 from Stellar View, a great refractor telescope. And we have the main camera here, which is a QHY-600M, which is our dream camera, which is fantastic, with the QHY filter wheel here, which is massive and way too big for our liking, but we have to deal with it. Then we have the focuser here, which came with the telescope. It is a Moonlight night crawler, so it does both focusing with zero backlash and it rotates electronically. This is probably the best thing ever in this astro world. Can't live without it anymore. Then on top here we have a dovetail that we attached with a Pegasus Astro Pocket power box, which divides our power to all our equipment here. So we only have 1 or 2 cables going down. And then we have the guide camera here, which is the ASI 290 Mini. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the mount is the Astrophysics Mach 1 GTO. Thank you to our friend Patrick for letting us use this mount, because he's planning to sell it in a couple of months. So we actually have the opportunity to actually try the mount and see how it handles everything else. So far we love this mount. It's pretty amazing. And yeah, so this is pretty much it. We'll have our computer here with SGP on once it's dark. So for once we brought a camp stove so we can actually cook some ravioli and whatnot. So I'm actually going to use our table to use the camp stove on it. And then we can feast for the night.
Or so we thought. This was our first time using camping gear with just the two of us.
We set the camp stove on the table and we were so excited to start cooking our food.
But then, just listen.
Would you like a lighter?
Yeah.
Do you have one?
No.
Well?
I don't think it needs one.
Alright, so we are both very hungry, and we just realized we don't have a match or a lighter to turn on the camp stove, so we might starve to death. Yeah, we probably will starve to death, sadly. That's really sad. Not today. So we're going to image Thor's helmet today with
The SVX 130 and also the QHY 600M.
So we're going to do mostly O3 today because we might do HA from home. O3 is a filter that does not block as much light pollution as any other narrowband filter. HA obviously is the best to do under light pollution, so we might do HA from home and O3 from the desert. For this target, we don't actually need to do S2. There is very little of S2 in Thor's helmet, and so we might do just a bicolor image today.
We captured Thor's helmet before, and it was our first flight with our first astronomy dedicated camera, and it looked a little like this.
And so it's okay, not too bad, but it was our very first time and we had no idea what we were doing, so we want to do it again today. So Dalia is eating her, whatever that is, chili cold. Are you enjoying it?
I am not.
Oh, it looks so gross.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
We attached a GoPro under the dovetail to see what a time-lapse would look like from this angle.
And Thor's hammer on the tripod for some good luck.
As we waited for dark, we got more and more determined to get a great image of our target.
It's been a while since we've looked at a sunset together, and what a treat this one was.
And here we are, astronomical twilight.
Antoine is super crazy. He is out there polar lining, and I'm in the car still, and he's still in his suit. It's wild. It's so crazy. Like, I don't understand how he can be out there. I'm freezing to death over here.
So now it's finally dark enough and it's so cold I had to put some clothes on. And we have polar lined already, so now we're going to slew to our target.
And before I do that, we actually put the GoPro here just to try and see what happens. We'll take a time lapse. So I'm going to activate that and let's see if we can take a time lapse of the scope moving around.
2 in 1.
Yeah, let's see. It's kind of like upside down, but photo time lapse. Bam.
Oh, I'm in the way.
And let's make sure there's no cable getting stuck. Alright, the cables are fine. So the plan tonight is we really want to show you both O3 and HA on this target. And so we're going to take a picture for each first, and then we'll just take O3 all night. But well, all night until it sets like in 4 hours.
We just want to know what it looks like from the same area.
And after that, we are going to just let it go. Sorry, just let it go all night. I mean, until it sets. And so we're going to just focus now and
get this started.
Yeah, it's so cold.
Oh my god, it's so cold! Ah!
Look, here is Orion rising, followed by Canis Major, where our target is located.
Alright, so now we're going to take a 2-second shot just to see if we are actually on target. And then I'm going to plate solve and go to the target, center it, I mean, and then let's see, what is that? Well, the light, I think, is not helping. So we'll have to turn the light off, but yeah, it's way too bright, so we cannot see anything. Okay, so now it's just, I'm just trying to find the focus approximately for one of the stars here, and then we can launch the automatic focus. Oh, this should be pretty good, and just run it.
Nice.
Okay, let's go in the car because it's so cold.
So, let's talk about the importance of focusing your telescope regularly.
Yes, believe it or not, it took us about 4 years before we actually started to pay attention to this. And we believe that not focusing regularly is what made our previous attempt at Thor's helmet kind of ugly. Temperature will affect your focus, so you should refocus every hour or so depending on how much the temperature changes.
Here is proof that you should check your focus often. My very smart husband left a batten-off mask on the scope when imaging M27 a few months ago. Instead of trashing all the files, we decided to use them to show you how stars lose focus over a 1-hour period.
The first frame is perfectly in focus. 1 hour later, the spike from the Batinov mask is drifting away from the center, meaning the star is out of focus. This is just 1 hour in total. But imagine, if you do not check your focus at all during the entire night.
Now we refocus every hour at least. Of course, it helps to use an autofocuser, but we also do this manually with a Batinov mask when using our other telescope.
So what is Thor's helmet made of? So Thor's helmet is made of Asgardian steel. Just
Oh,
kidding.
really?
Alright, let's go to the actual nebula. So what is the actual Thor's helmet nebula made of? We're going to find out right now.
Thor's helmet is located about 12,000 light years away in the constellation of Canis Major. NGC 2359 is faint and impossible to spot with the naked eye, but it shows well in pictures.
You can spot this object when taking a wide field image of the area around the brightest star in the sky, Sirius, as shown here in our recent picture.
Thor's helmet gets its glow from a massive and very bright Wolf-Rayet star, WR7.
Unlike most other nebulae, NGC 2359 contains much more O3 data than HA. It also barely has any S2.
We feel like imaging this object with an S2 filter can be a waste of time, as we did 2 years ago, and it really didn't make much of a difference. This is why we'll only be using our HA and O3 filters tonight and combine the data as a bicolor combination.
We came all the way to Asgard in this cold to find Thor's hammer, which you can see right there.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay, I need to retrieve my hair and I need to retrieve the hammer, and then we'll have the helmet in photography.
Wow, amazing.
We're dying.
What a process, right?
Alright guys, so this is HA, 10 minutes, and we have the O3 coming up right now. So this is HA, as you can see here. Pretty good, right? Some gas here and stuff. And now downloading is O3, as you can see, as you will see soon. is going to be even better, I'm sure, because O3 is predominant in there. Okay, so it's not it's not incredibly better, but it's still better. There is some more gas here. I will have both single shots for you guys to compare, but O3 is more prominent in this target. And so, just so you guys know what settings we're using gain 26 on the QHY 600M. We're using 10-minute exposures, which is 600 seconds. And we're doing just 4 hours on each filter, so HA and O3. And for the settings, that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna keep going on O3 tonight and probably take HA from home. Alright, it was time to let SGP do its thing and image for as long as possible.
We wasted some precious minutes because Antoine insisted on flexing his fake muscles on all possible angles.
It was worth it. By the power of Odin, give us a clear night!
But after that, the series of images went on uninterrupted for more than 4 hours.
The moon was in the sky. It looks full here on the GoPro, but it actually was a small sliver, and we don't think it affected our shots. So what I'm doing right now, which is pretty good, is I'm sharing my connection with my laptop, and so doing that I can actually use a software like any desk or TeamViewer or whatever, and go in the laptop, so I don't have to go outside in the cold, and I can see the result and if everything is going well, and of course I can use anything I want on the computer. And so that's pretty cool. We don't have to go outside in the cold, and we can just check the status over here on this screen. So what do we do to pass the time?
We watch movies!
Which one? Which movie can we watch though?
Well, in the spirit, we had already been watching Marvel Studios Thor. So we're gonna finish watching that, and then if we can, maybe we'll start Dark World.
Alright. Oh, it's me!
Right.
It felt pretty cool to image Thor's helmet while watching Thor and wearing a Thor costume.
It took about 5 hours for the Nebula to be too low in the horizon, so it was time to freeze again and take some flats.
After midnight this month, there isn't anything worth imaging in narrowband besides very small objects like M97, so we decided to head home at this point.
So it's a little bit after midnight now, and I'm ready to go home. We're ready to go home. It is so cold, and we're gonna pack up, and we're gonna leave.
It's way too cold. So we are going to pack up right now. The target is about like 20 degrees high now, so it's kind of too low. Usually we stop imaging when it's about 25 degrees high, so we'll pack up right now and go home. And we're kind of starving to death too, so we don't plan to stay all night tonight.
Yep, I want my warm bed.
Let's pack up and go home.
The only good thing about packing up in the cold is that it warmed us up. We used the light bar that Antoine attached onto the car recently, which was very helpful.
Surprisingly, we did not get attacked by any insects on this episode, which is really, really strange.
Well, who knows? Maybe a spider jumped into our bags again, so,
Alright, so we're now leaving. super cold, super cold. And we'll drive by McDonald's really quick because we're just starving to death. So, time to go home and go eat as well. But I think it was a good night.
Yay!
Medium with Coke?
Yep, no pickles.
No pickles?
Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
Your total's gonna be $8.98 per Wyndham.
Thank you.
You have a good night.
Thank you.
Yum. I see fries. Let's go.
Are you happy to have your meal?
I'm starving. So yeah, we're now home, guys. So tomorrow we'll look at the data we have, and I think we got some really great data. So it won't be a long picture. It's going to be only 4 hours of O3 and most likely 4 hours of HA, which we'll do from home, like maybe tomorrow or whenever it's clear. And then we'll stack everything together, and yeah, we'll show you the results really quickly.
And for now, bye-bye.
Alright guys, so we hope you liked this episode. It was really fun to film and we had a great time.
And we also wanted to share a special thank you to our Patreons who helped support us and also allowed us to get these awesome costumes for this episode. We could not have done it without you.
That was really fun. You know what? I think I'm gonna keep my hair because I really love it. Like, what do you think? I love this hair so much.
I mean...
Are you, like, attracted to me right now?
I mean, it's not the sun that's making me close my eyes. I think it's you making me close my eyes.
I actually love my hair. Anyway, but yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Are you gonna reveal the location of Thor's helmet to Loki?
Well, I wish we could, but there is like no return address on this, so I guess we can't.
Oh well.
I guess we'll never have this APOD because of Loki.
Goodbye.
Anyway, that was fun. So show us some love in the comments, guys, if you like this episode, and let us know what you thought. And we'll see you guys next time. And
Clear skies.